painful thing, my lord, to say such a few words, my lords. Your lordship's family is here. And except the two sons, my lord, who are in the profession, they would never know what it means to be Justice D.Y. Chandrachud.
You are the extraordinary son of an extraordinary father. I've practiced in this court for 52 years now. And I, in my life, have never seen a judge.
Everybody whom we know from that time, 42 years ago, complains that you continue to look the youngest. And unfortunately, your youthful looks make us feel the oldest.
Normally, I request the Attorney General, after the board is over on a ceremonial bench day.
For me, it's the first occasion to be on a so fun.
When you have so many things to say, suddenly you find you're in a vacuum. And on the lighter side, before I left my chamber wondering what will I speak in this crowded theater, two things came to my mind. I was recently in Brazil after the conference was over. At a lunchtime, everybody begins to dance. It's a wonderful thing to see people dancing, to see a good conference ending. So I looked at that crowded theater here, and what if I request all my sisters and brothers to celebrate your Lordship's presence with us by a good dance? And I think there will be a good vote in my favor, I suppose so. But that's on a lighter note. I was wondering as I came here, what would I speak? I penned down a few words on my mobile. Permit me to read that. When dear ones depart, as children in wedlock, warm tears do fill our eyes. When those in wedlock of law and justice do depart, who fill the pages of justice high, more than tears fill our mind and hearts. My heart is a special place for the doctor of justice, whose mind, as I know, has mansions many and paths wide, to ever know the spread and cause of human needs, and to script as best as one can answers generous, resolutions new. The bench with him bore a warmth of rare, dialogue with him were Socratic of sorts. I have no mind to bid a farewell, as done in ways humdrum. My friendship long clashed not with his judgeship rare, and I reserve my undrying words of love for many, many days of narration. Thank you so much.
Lords, it's a painful thing, my lord, to say such a few words, my lords. Your lordship's family is here. And except the two sons, my lord, who are in the profession, they would never know what it means to be Justice D.Y. Chandrachud. Lord, they have been here for 2 hours, 3 hours, but it's too short a time to realize, my lord, what it means to be Justice Dr. Chandrachud. Why I say this? Had they knew about it, they would have really understood what is their gain and what is our loss. My lord, we have always been, my lord, feeling very, very pleasant, my lord, appearing before your lordships. Your lordship's court conduct, your lordship's demeanor in the court, the way in which your lordships would hear all of us, my lord, irrespective of the age group, my lord, is exemplary. My lord, not to speak of, my lord, unmatched scholarship or, my lord, intellect or, my lord, complete impartiality in dispensation of justice. Lord, we never felt hesitant whether it's a good matter or a bad matter, my lords. Lord, there are several cases which we did before, my lord. We had an opportunity to assist your lordship with. And for the government, my lord, we won some cases, we lost many cases, but not in one case, my lord, we got a feeling that we could not convey what exactly is our submission. Accepting, not accepting is entirely the court's discretion. But we were fully satisfied that we were fully heard, patiently heard, understood the way we wanted to present the things. And that's all, my lord, a lawyer, my lord, expects from the court, my lord. My lord, another thing, my lord, which would stand out, my lord's, my lord, has taken a stand always, my lord, whenever, my lord, the circumstances demanded, that as a head of the institution, as a karta of Lord, the judicial family, the legal family, your Lordship takes the stand. My Lords, my Lord, have taken the stand. And now, my Lord, then I am addressing your Lordships for the last time in this courtroom, my Lord. May I take the liberty of saying that DYC would really be missed.
Well, what can I say? You are the extraordinary son of an extraordinary father. I've practiced in this court for 52 years now. And I, in my life, have never seen a judge with the kind of limitless patience that you have. The ever-smiling Dr. Chandrachud. That smile will be etched in our hearts for years to come. What can I say about you as a human being and you as a judge? As a judge, your conduct was exemplary. No one can match it. You're reaching out to communities in this country who were never heard before, who were not seen before. You brought them before you and showed what dignity means for them. That is your greatest contribution to the profession. And you know, we are talking about domestic issues and marriages. There is a deep, deep emotional connect between members of the bar and the judges. And that marriage can never result in a divorce. Never. For the simple reason that we are both of us wedded to the values that we espouse, the values of our Constitution. And no matter which area of the law you have touched, you have left an indelible mark which will be not forgotten for years to come. Be it liberty, be it fraternity, be it life, be it the life of ordinary, marginalized, challenged people. Your father dealt with the court when the court was tumultuous. You have dealt with the court when matters were tumultuous. You took them head on, unafraid of the consequences. Your greatest legacy to this court, that there will be none like you that will adorn that chair for years to come. Thank you very much.
Chief Justice and members of the bench. So difficult to speak because so many memories flood me. But since I have been accused of pointillism, let me first start by saying that I have yet to come across, and I've spent not as much as Mr. Sibbal, but 42 years in the profession, a person as industrious as you. I know your industry 42 years ago, so it's not a surprise to me. But I expected that degree of a bull and a horse combined to diminish with age. Now that I'm older than all of you, Malas, I certainly experience a diminished energy. It appears your Lordship's energy has increased in those 42, 44 years from what I saw then. And I have talked in my original lecture when you took office of revenge academia, when we saw some degree of that energy and industry. But I am astonished at the amount you have put in here on the bench and elsewhere in the high courts. Secondly, somebody talked of patience. There is a statue of patience. I think you exceed that. At 4 o'clock, at 4:15, with this huge crowd taking different points, you still managed beyond time to listen to us with absorption, and never have I seen you losing your patience despite grave provocation, to a fault. Thirdly, I think you have done more for technology and infrastructure of this court than many, many people. I personally was a critic when I saw the construction going on outside. I mentioned it to some other people also. And I then experienced, when it was over, the clear comfort. And then I went outside and looked, and I saw also the facade was very well preserved. This is a small example of the various efforts you've made about technology and infrastructure. And today, if VC is institutionalized in this country, I think it's entirely because of you, both as a puisne judge and then as a Chief Justice. Sir, judges are ultimately for authorship of judgments. You have plucked out constitution benches, 9 judges, and laid them to rest this way or that way, mostly with your own authorship. You've done that with a lot of other off-bench activities, lectures, travel, but you've sat here, you've worked, and you've written judgments, which is the primary job of a judge. And that, I think, is no mean, apart from teaching us, at least some people on this side, the use of the iPad, when we did 5 or 6 back-to-back constitution benches. Some of us have not yet fully learnt it, but I have. And we were just, Mr. Mehta and I were deploring that your lordship has destroyed my pen collection, because I write very little less with the pen now. But
You can part with it.
lastly, sir, there are many, many more things I can speak about. But you must let out many of your secrets as a practitioner and as a judge. But one secret you must part with is the elixir of youth. Everybody whom we know from that time, 42 years ago, complains that you continue to look the youngest. And unfortunately, your youthful looks make us feel the oldest. So that secret you must tell us off the bench at least.
Lord the Chief
All the very best to you.
May I just add